So in the project browser, we can go through and double click on the view sublevel, roof analytical model, roof plan. Okay, so what it is, it's a 3D model, and all of these views basically slice and dice the model up, and then you're able to take the view and manipulate how you want to see the stuff. Just like as if you're to turn layers on and off, or tell beams to be analytical and turn off the edges, and so you can go in and manipulate the views as you go. So there's the roof, and there's the analytical model of that same area. So that makes perfect sense. So it's just the different views of our building are categorized here different ways: structural plans, 3D views, elevations, etc. So as you create new views, it automatically will file itself either under here or under here, 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 here. If you create a new type of view that isn't here, it'll create the little kind of flyout folder for you. So, for instance, we do have some sections in here. We have built a few building sections. Double click on here, goes to a area reinforcing in a wall. Okay, main floor section, not sure what it is. Main stair, I should say, so right through that main stairway. Path reinforcing in an opening, a little beam detail. So building sections, okay, put into there. So now let's go back to, say, a second floor, and let's create a new little section. Okay, we want to do a section right through these kind of 5 beams into this kind of atrium area over here. So I'm going to click on my section tool just as an example. I'm going to pick over here. I'm going to start to drag. Now, just before I do that, I'm going to hit escape on the keyboard and cancel. Okay, I'm going to start again. Escape again and hit my modify button. When you hit section, you can click what type of section do you want. Right now it's going to create a detail, but what I want to do is create a building section or a wall section. Okay, and that will file it. See building sections? That's this one. If I create a wall section, then that's just probably going to be, oh, did it at an angle. It's going to create a new folder over here. Watch. Sections, wall section, there it is. Now, click out, escape, escape. I don't want that angled one. I'm going to delete it on the keyboard. And when you delete a view, it's going to give you a warning because it's going to delete the view from here and all the annotation in that view. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to do it again for a third time. And a wall section, good. Click here. So things don't go on an angle. You can hold your shift key, which keeps things straight. Shift key is like an ortho. Click on there. Do I want to see as far as the column? Maybe I do. Click out. And now look, section, wall section. If I double click this bubble, it opens up the view. Same as if I double click here. Same thing, watch. Click, click, opens up the view, and you can see now it's bold. It's in that view. So it went from top to bottom, so I might want to grab my shape handles and stretch that down a little bit. I can also go in and change my detail level to be 1 to 20. It's going to change my line weight, etc. and the size of my text and my dimensions and all of that. So scale is here. I want to see fine detail. Going to see a little bit more detail when I get in there. So detail level and scale, etc. for this particular view. So again, as you create views, I'm just doing kind of a brushing over, some of the stuff we'll be dealing with is as you create different views on the view tab, I can do callouts and sections and 3D views and plan views and all kinds of great stuff inside of here, view specific. As you create views, it's going to place the view in here. Think of this like a deck of cards. You can organize all of these individual views here in different ways. There's different ways of basically grouping them in this browser. In the end, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If you counted all the views in here, okay, that's how many views there is. until you make more or delete a view. The fact is there's this many views, and right now they're being sorted this way, but they don't have to be. Whenever you open up a different project someone else started, you may notice that the views are organized in a different way. If you ever want to find anything, you can right click on here and say search, and search for, anything. You can search for ELEV and then hit next and watch as it goes through here. Next, next, next. Okay, so you can look for there, you can search for the word, door. Next. Okay, it found a door family category. Then it found a door family. That's it. Okay, so previous, next, just like going through a spell checker in a sense. If these buttons don't light up when you type in a word like, like this, it means there isn't a word there. So you have to go in and, type in something, or, give yourself a hint, and then go in and match case if you want to. So you can do a search in here as well. So just kind of a little introduction to opening up a sample file here. Hit the 3D button. This guy over here automatically resets your 3D. Once again, I move this below, above. When you install Revit, by default, this quick access toolbar goes up at the top, and I like to show it below. And then you can take your favorite tools and right click and say add to quick access toolbar, and it adds that in there. Right click on here, remove from quick access toolbar, and it's gone. So as we go through our different tabs up over here, okay, we're going to see different panels and different tools. So we've got our tabs on the top, we're going to be talking about all the way through. Then we have our panels, and then we have our tools. We have our project browser. We just happen to open up this sample project, and inside of there again, you can double click on the various views. Double click, opens up the views. If you click nothing inside of here, the properties are the properties of the view. If you pick something, the properties are the properties of that object. So if you pick out here and you hit modify or escape, you don't have anything selected. These are the properties of the view. Notice this 96 matches this detail level, etc. So some of this stuff is duplicated. If you take a section and you move it like this, it'll change that section. If you open up that section in a different window on the side, you'll notice it actually changes. So you really, unless you're using it for design purposes, you shouldn't be moving your sections, but you can kind of see them in there. So a little bit of information on the sample structural file that comes with Revit and the project browser, and a little bit on the ribbon and the interface as well.